Happy 4th of July, everybody. Hope everyone's enjoying their Independence Day. It's a beautiful day here in Northeast Ohio. It's like, I don't know, probably like mid 80s. A little bit humid, but not terrible. I'm getting ready to fire up the big green egg here in a little bit. Gonna make some hot dogs for my little festivities here. Pretty low key today around here. I did make it out for a walk this morning. And apparently the Wheeling and Lake Erie does not run on holidays, which I didn't think they did, but there was no action going on in town this morning. But yeah, I'm gonna fire up the arcade. I turned it on last night for a little bit. It has not been turned on in probably a couple months. Yeah, I probably had it on maybe a month ago, but I haven't turned everything on in a little bit, and found a couple glitches and some things and worked on a couple things and got it, I think, working. That's the problem with 40-some-year-old games, is there's always something breaking on them. But I'm gonna fire it up and make a quick little video. You can search my channel if you want to know more about the games. My lineup in there has not changed for a while. So, and I think I made a video of every game in there, like how I acquired it, what I had to do to it to get it running. But it's always pretty cool to have everything off, fire them all up at one time, and just watch them come on. So I'm going to do that here in a little bit after I eat. And yeah, we'll make a little video in there. Maybe I'll talk a little bit about them. And yeah, if you guys want to see any of the games, like gameplay, or I don't know, just more on any one of the games, just let me know in the comments and I will gladly make a video sometime. I don't know, most people are watching my channel for the train stuff. The arcade games is just another hobby I got. I got into it maybe, oh God, over 20 years ago, and just slowly, I'm an electrical engineer by trade, but I bought one and it broke and I fixed it and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then I bought another one and another one and another, and next thing I know, I got like 30 of them. So anyways, I don't have that many anymore. I kind of cherry picked all my favorites, and that's what's in the arcade right now. I'm kind of space limited, but yeah, I'll fire it up here in a little bit and make a quick little video on it. And yeah, we'll go watch that thing turn on. It's always cool. I try to do it on my major holidays if I'm not working. So today is a holiday and I'm not working, so I'm gonna fire it up. And here is the arcade. And being from Cleveland, there's Jobu. Somebody might understand that reference. And in this little case are all my Hot Wheels. Well, mostly those are Hallmark ornaments, but these are all my Hot Wheels from when I was a kid. I didn't know what else to put in this case. I used to have shot glasses in there, but I thought when I got all my Hot Wheels back from my mom's, she moved out of her house last year. I thought it'd be a cool way to put them all in here. But here is the arcade. Turned off, of course. I don't have anything turned on in here yet. Well, just some of the lights. But hey, there's my Christmas gift from Shoestring right there, my little Pac-Man light. The only game that does not turn on with the one single light switch is this one, so it's actually running. It's a Galaxian cocktail table. It's the sit-down version. They made a sit-down version, which they called the cocktail table, and they made the upright, which would have been kind of similar shape to Miss Pac-Man there. And then they made what they call a cabaret, and the cabarets had like wood paneling on them. And they were, I think they had a 13-inch monitor instead of a 19-inch monitor. And they were about half the size of one of these machines. And they were made for like small spaces and stuff. But yeah, that's Galaxian. That is always a fan favorite when I have company over here for whatever reason. Not one of my favorite games, but it is definitely cool. All right, well, we're going to turn things on here in a bit. One of the problems with these games is I'm a true 80s arcade like guy. I don't want a flat screen. You can put a flat screen in any one of these, and that is not good. So I use the original CRTs, and one of the problems with those is, well, aside from being 40 years old and having, you know, all these I've rebuilt them, but they get warm and cold and warm and cold. So when you turn them on, all the electronics in them warm up and they expand, and then when you shut them off and they cool down. And it's, you know, I'm doing this like it's a big thing, but it's not a big thing. It's you know, fractions of a millimeter. But after 40 years, they just like the little knobs in there tweak a little bit, and so you gotta constantly their work, let's put it that way. But that one I will, hold on, into Qbert. I know that monitor was rebuilt when I put it in here because I rebuilt it myself. So it just needs in fact, when it probably warms up, it might be all right. It's looking better already. It's not as scrambled, but that's what they call, there's a sync adjustment, which syncs it up. It makes all the, I don't know, pixels line up right. And if that just gets turned just a little bit, yep, that's what it looks like. But I will fix that. Okay, so here is the back of Qbert. And yes, I did put keys back and everything. This is what the back of an arcade game looks like. This thing's not going to open up without that. All right. Well, I'm going to turn it the other way. So, yeah, okay. Go. Ooh, look at that, the back side. So this is the monitor, and I do not, that's the new game board is actually down there. I think the original power thing is in there, but I'm not running on that. I don't remember which one of these. I'm gonna have to look it up. It's been a couple years since I adjusted the sync on one of these. Okay, yeah, this is a G07 monitor, and it is actually the original monitor, which this is very cool. This is one of my favorite things about this game. When I got this thing, it was like matching numbers, everything. So that's the serial number of the tube that came with this game. And I got reproduction Gottlieb silver. These are like a silver, I don't even know what you want to call them, but I got the numbers matching. A silver sticker. It's like a silver screened sticker. But this is the original one on the tube. This is the one I got made. And then, yeah, I'm running off this power board, and there is the game board there. But I got to figure out which one of these knobs on this thing adjusts the sync, because I haven't messed with one of these in a while. But it's super easy. I think on these, it is that vertical hold. That's the sync on these, I think, if I remember right. So I'm going to turn this thing back on and dial that one way or the other and see if it can sync up. All right, a little adjustment, and there she is. That's all it was. And I knew it, but you got to pull the cabinet out, and I have not repaired monitors for long enough that I used to know all those dials on there by, yeah, there's dust. I used to know all those by heart, but yeah, once you fix them all, yeah, it's not like I'm in there every day, so I forgot. But it was an easy one, so that's all it was. And the scrolling, you don't see that in real life. That's the screen right. That is not visible to the human eye. But there it is. All right, we had a little fix. We turned the arcade on, and yep, every time you deal with these things. So an original Pac-Man monitor, that is a Geo7 in there. And the Geo7 or the K4600 was mostly used. Here's more projects. Mostly used in Pac-Man games. Pretty common monitor. Monitor problem, works, force feedback. This is a really fun game. Rush the Rock was one of my favorites back in, it came out in 1996. I don't have room for it in the arcade, but it's a great game. I have the steering out of it because it's the force feedback. And I have done everything to it. It is the motor on that's bad. But all right, everybody. Thanks for watching. This is yeah, what you deal with when you have old arcade games. Just and that thing, I turned those games on last night for like maybe an hour, and they all worked fine. Well, they all didn't work fine, but the monitor on Qbert was not messed up. But I turned it on today, and it needed a little tweaking. So happy 4th of July to you and your family. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.